What are, if you could give even just briefly, maybe even 3 organic ways somebody, if they are starting off and they want to grow their social media without buying followers, what would you say are just 3 easy ones that someone should follow?
First of all, I'm going to say what I do everything you're not supposed to do. I am banned, censored, and everywhere because I'm in the health world and I genuinely want to help people be healthy. So I'm not doing what you should. I could probably have a massive following if I follow the rules, but I don't.
Okay, and what rules specifically are you not following by being in the health world?
I help people heal naturally.
Okay, and how does that lead to being banned?
The FDA and medical system don't like that.
Okay.
So if you go and follow me, it's going to give you a warning. It says I share false information all the time. I try to sell regulated goods. The list goes on. So that's how the following I have is very strong. Sure. People will be like, hell yeah, I'm going to follow her. But I could probably have a way bigger number, or like my reach, I can't even reach non-followers anymore. It's like 0.2%. You're like Tommy. Yeah. I mean, like that's how we got connected. Wow. Right. I met him during 2020. Yeah. So all the people that I'm surrounded with now, we all met each other. And what we do is we need to just collaborate because we all try to do the good thing. We all try to do the work that has to be done. So we have to work together because together we are changing the world. We already are. And massive things have happened this week. Like some of the things I can share, some of the things I can't share. But let's just say that it's all happening now. Got it.
We'll circle back to that. Again, though, the 3 things, if someone were to grow a following organically, you mentioned that you've been banned, but what are 3 things, banned or not, you've got 104K. Yes. How old is your page?
I mean, since I actually actively started doing something on it, it's 2020. Okay. But I had the page prior. I just didn't do anything on it.
Yeah, that's good, though. I mean, okay, so that's 4 years, 104K.
Yeah, I mean, I had more. I had like 130. And then it started shrinking. You know how Instagram does just things
if you say anything controversial. Yeah, dude.
Here's the thing. I'm gonna say this, which I'm gonna give you 3 things to do, but I also want to point out to people that your number of followers don't matter because here's the thing. Let's say you have 100 followers. If you have 100 followers that are interested in your service you provide, you're good. Why do you need 1 million? Because I certainly have worked with a lot of people that have millions of followers that generate no money. And they can barely pay their bills. Yeah, so why do you need 1 million followers?
So true.
It depends what you do. But I said what I do, why it works what I do, I provide value to people. I help every single person on the planet have some sort of health issues. And when I provide value and also proof that I can actually help people, they're coming. Because all you got to do is because I've done all the mistakes in the world. Usually you have a product, right? You want to sell your product and you think your product is so damn good and now you try to sell it to people. While you should think different. Ask people what they need. Either you ask people, what do you need? What can I do for you? Or you have, I mean, you can do it in different ways. I'm sure like people have an idea, but you got to ask the people what they want. Like, what can I do for you? It's the same like with I do now with health now. It's not so much about me. I can talk for hours about what I do, but if I'm going to help you, I need you to talk. Tell me everything
about what I need. Yes.
Yes. Tell me everything you need. And then I will provide a solution to what you told me.
Okay.
I mean, so it doesn't really matter.
Provide a solution to the customer base, specifically what they need. There's one thing.
Yeah.
Is there a couple more? Again, anything
be consistent. I'm going to say be consistent. And people, you have to provide value to people. So you technically have to give people things for free. Obviously not everything. But why would people keep coming back to you? Because there are certain people that just post to post because it's cute photos. I don't even know. I know a lot of people like that. They post just pretty photos of themselves. And I'm thinking, but what are you doing with the photos? Oh, actually, take all that. I should not even have that anymore.
Is that
screw all the story? Yeah. No, I haven't cleaned it up. I haven't had time.
I got to update.
Just focus on the actual page. But what was I saying?
Second thing, third thing to grow an organic following. Yeah. Okay, so
be consistent. I'm gonna say even when it feels like it's not working, because what I'm doing right now, it's been slow, and then it says boom. Yeah. And then the people come to you. So don't look at these freaking likes and comments, because a lot of people that are interested in what you do are maybe not an engaging person. They maybe just like what you do in silence. Because I have a lot of people with like, you know, the accounts with 5 followers and they don't comment or post, they don't even have a profile photo, that end up getting my services or getting what I do or want help.
Yeah.
So people are focusing too much on these numbers. Do you guys have you ever seen the Black Mirror? You know, that TV show thing with an episode where this woman walks around and your whole life is depending on your social score. But it's so, I mean, it's kind
the first time, sidebar real quick, the very, very first time I ever tried psilocybin, he turned on that episode.
Yeah.
What happened? Oh, I will never forget that. I'll never forget that episode the rest of my life. It's all I thought about, like, I don't know, at least once a week for the rest of my life.
Yeah. But I think if I said people need to trust their gut and their heart. And I have said I used to do content creation for so many different brands, and I've cut out a lot of my clients for the only reason that I cannot with a good conscience agree with what they do.
Interesting.
Technically, I could take on any client and just do their marketing, but if I know I'm trying to help people heal, and if a client comes to me and they have poisonous ingredients in their product, how can I go to bed at night knowing that I help them grow? I can't do it anymore. I used to, but also I didn't look into it back then, and now I'm too aware about like food and chemicals and toxins and everything. I know too much. So now I'm just like, I can't do that anymore. I can't work with anybody who lies. I'm all about, let's say you have a okay, so we had a big meeting with a company now that has alcohol, right? Nobody is going out there and saying, I sell alcohol and this is going to heal your disease. Nobody says that. Everyone knows alcohol is alcohol. It's not great for you, but it's like a treat. We do it in a certain way. That's fine.
It's not a lie.
But a lot of companies go out there. I have a health product. Oh, but you put food dye in it? How is this a health product? Like, you're basically lying. Or all these energy drink companies getting sued now. They're going out representing health companies, right? But they're making people sick. So either you just be honest with people and say, this might kill you. Do you want to buy it? Or you just shut your fucking mouth about it. Like, there's just too much nonsense bullshit out there.
Jake, you had a question?
Yeah, you said you became aware. What is it that made you aware of this, and what led you down this pathway to like your holistic approach to health?
Was I come from Sweden. First of all, I grew up like my mom cooked real food. You know, I'm never about medication. Like if I got sick when I was a kid, I used to get ear infections all the time. She would stuff garlic in my ear. You know, it was like that. There would never be a medication. Then my mom got sick for different reasons. She's been sick probably like 30 years now. And that is my motivation to do what I do. Because and I'm, you know, I still want to help her. We're not fully there yet. It's always like the friends and family are the hardest to get through to, but we're getting there because I have a lot of people in my family who's had concerns, and some of them are actually letting me help them now. So I always knew that like my mom didn't have a life, so she had I think it's called EMF. It's like allergy to electricity and radiation. So like no phone, no microwave, no light bulbs, like that kind of stuff.
She's sensitive to EMF frequencies.
Yes. I mean, they call the condition like there's so few people in the world that have it, so that it doesn't
electromagnetic
exist.
frequencies. That's what EMF is. Is there a disease I don't know about that is specifically called EMF?
Something like that. EMS or EMF or something. Yeah,
something to where you're sensitive to.
They do a lot of research in Germany about this, but my family's in Sweden. Sweden live on like Ericsson, like cell phones. Like they can't say that. So I remember she used to have a doctor. EHS. EMF. Two EMF.
EMFs are a type of radiation emitted by an electronic device such as a computer, microwave, or Wi-Fi router. Yeah. People with EHS may experience a range of symptoms, including headaches, fatigue, stress, sleep disturbances, and concentration. Wow. Yeah, no, I have heard about it. It's sensitivity to that type of electromagnetic frequency.
There are different levels to this. Some people, I don't know if you've seen the documentaries of people living in the forest, basically. No. So my mom is bad, but there is worse. She still lives in a house, you know?
People with this, it's so bad they can't live in society. They have to basically extradite themselves to the woods.
So you can't go to a doctor and get help with this or anything. So she's a part of like a community with people that have it and they talk to each other. And knowing what I know these days, I know I can help her. I'm just working on it. But I work with a food technology that resets your body to its original state. meaning that your body can start to heal itself. That's really what it is.
Okay, what does that mean? What is a food technology that helps my body heal itself?
So about 4 years ago, I met my friend Joel King Bao, who is a professional fighter. He got censored for like the Jimmy Kimmel challenge and a bunch of stuff that he exposed. And he told me 4 years ago, you mean met for a reason? You know, I was like, yeah, sure. And then fast forward, like early this year, I saw him on a podcast with Alex Jones where he talked about this food technology. And all I heard was, I'm going to eradicate childhood malnutrition. And I was like, what did he say? I was like, I want to work with kids. I've been like trying to find a way to do something for kids for years. So I watched the whole episode and I called him. I said, what is this? Tell me everything. So it's a food technology based on Acemannan. And if you guys haven't heard about it, it comes from the aloe vera plant, but it's not the aloe vera plant itself. So
Acemannan, how do you spell that?
Acemannan. It's the world's most researched natural molecule on the planet.
How is it derived? It's from a plant?
So it comes from aloe vera.
Okay.
It's inside the aloe vera plant, but when you cut off a plant, the Acemannan dies within a certain amount of hours, meaning that if you buy any sort of aloe vera product, you're highly unlikely getting any Acemannan. Okay. So Acemannan has mannose, which exists in 2 things in the entire world, in Acemannan and a mother's breast milk, meaning it has every single nutrient the human body needs.
Interesting.
So the man who 30 years back, a scientist discovered this. He worked in the pharmaceutical industry and tried to get it approved as a medication. That's how they wanted this to be an actual public medication. So they did the whole LD50, you know, where they tested on rats or mice, and it has no toxicity, so no rats or mice die, meaning it can't be a drug. So he got rejected, and this man is like, what do I do with this? I have to do something with it, you know? So long story short, it's a long story, but he met with a man who works with the company I work with now. His name is Sam Castor. He had a charity organization for children. So they started giving this technology to malnourished children around the world. And the first place that got to try it was an orphanage in Romania that has 40 children die every year. First year they gave it to them, they had no children die, which he was like, oh, wow, you know, we got something here. So for the longest time, it was just a charity organization. All they did
How is this ingested?
So it comes in a capsule. Like if you buy it, it comes in a capsule. For the children, we send powder. So that if you want to show the kids video, maybe now would be a good time. But so I went to Mexico now a couple of weeks ago. And
this is a couple of weeks ago, this video?
Yeah, it's about 2.5 weeks ago.
Okay.
I was just there, met some of the kids that we nourish. So
it almost looks like a protein shake almost.
Well, this is just how they are using it for the kids to eat it. So it comes in a powder. It's a package with powder. So depending on the country, like in Mexico, they do Mighty Milk. So they mix it with milk powder. While in all the other countries, we're in 90 countries, they just give the powder straight and they mix it into their food. So it's depending on the place, the orphanage, the mom, whatever, whoever gives it. So we donate to orphanages, but also to hospitals. So we work with a big hospital in Mexico that works with the children that are born with disabilities.
Wow,
so there's incredible. Some clips with
awesome.
So you see like some of these kids, like she doesn't have an arm, so we're actually putting together a donation so we can make her arm too. So these
you're gonna make a prosthetic.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's very cool.
Because she was very very shy about that.
Oh, I can only imagine.
So the donation company is called manarelief.com, but the company I work with is called Alvea. Mm-hmm. So we do basically it's like a buy one nourish one model. So if you buy a product, we donate the same amount to the children.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how they laid it out. In the beginning, it was just charity, nothing else.
Okay.
But the problem then was they always run out of money. So imagine that you give it to kids, they get healthy, and then you stop giving it to them. They get sick again. It was just heartbreaking, you know? So they were like, how do we keep getting money into this?
So someone would purchase this for them, for their personal use, and you match it by giving.
Yes.
Okay.
So the whole point now is it's, as I said, it's the world's most research molecule on the planet. It resets your body, rebuilds your immune system, increase your stem cells up to 400%. And then we have a mix with a beta-lane technology that reduces inflammation in the body 47% in 9 days.
Whoa.
And it's actually less than 9 days, but we can't say that. So my friend Joel was a fighter. 12 years ago, he got a brain injury. Mm-hmm. Somebody introduced him to the food technology, and in 2 weeks, he was cleared to fight.
Wow.
So it's powerful. Like my personal story is I was born with scoliosis. I've had arthritis my entire life because of dumb shit when I was young. So I had knee injuries, feet fractures, torn shoulder. I have a Terminator arm, herniated disc, like the list goes on. Yeah. And I just lived with it. Like, I'm a professional competitor, and I was using peptides and stuff to like kind of deal with the pain. I'm not a complainer. You just go about your life and you just do it anyway. Who cares? Yeah. You know? So when I started the product, I didn't start it for me. I started it for the kids. So obviously I bought the product and I was like, sign me up. I'm all in on all of this. I want to help the kids. Fast forward 2 months, and we can't make medical claims, so we don't treat, heal, cure anything at all. Mm-hmm. But 2 months after I started, I realized that I couldn't feel my joint discomfort anymore at all. I said, again, anyway, coincidence, right? It's a coincidence. So I didn't feel anything. Also, I haven't felt my scoliosis this entire year.
Wow.
I've been driving. I used to not be able to drive for 2 hours. The longest drive I did now a couple of weeks ago was 19 hours straight.
My goodness.
And I don't even feel like I did it.
And how long have you been taking it?
5 months now.
5 months, okay.
And I still, so I have decided, and I said, you guys will be the first to hear it. But I competed in the WBFF. I became the world champion last year. I busted my ass to get there because I always struggled to grow muscle because of my joint discomfort. You know, eventually I got there. And these days I just ask the universe or God for signs, and I do what comes to me. But I told my friend one day, you know what? I have no discomfort in my body anymore. I want to do something different. I said, I've been thinking about fighting. Like, I used to do some when I was a kid, but we might not want to show that, actually, because I said some medical terms.
There's no audio, even if it... Yeah.
No, but you're showing the... That's why I don't say the product names. I only say Acemannan. So, like, for example, the joint discomfort itis word is owned by the medical system. We are technically not allowed to use that word. We're also not allowed to use the word pain. That's how crazy it is.
When you're describing what it does, is what you're saying. You're not allowed to use the word...
I can use Acemannan and food technology. These words I can use.
Got it.
But not the actual product name.
Interesting.
Yes. So,
and is it just because it's not FDA approved? It's not. Does it have any? Let me ask you this. I mean, with it not being regulated, does it have any side effects? Does it have anything?
0. That's why they don't like us.
Mm-hmm. How old is this product? I mean,
the technology's been around for 30 years.
30 years.
I mean, it's been improved. So there are different products, but the main product that is just Acemannan has just been. It's gone from back in the days when they gave it to that orphanage in Romania, like I said. It was 4 times less efficient than it is now. That's why so one of my coolest stories myself, I got approached to a man who was given 2 weeks to live. He had bone marrow cancer. Honestly, I just think with the episode and everything, if something is an issue, I'll say that. I would just cut out the picture of the product. That's it. Besides that, it won't pop up. As long as that is not in, I can say anything. But I met this man at bone marrow cancer. He was given 2 weeks to live. And again, like, it was probably, he just think it's a sign from God because he had 2 weeks earlier seen a video about the Acemannan. I DM'd him because I made a post on my Instagram and I said, hi, my name is Maax. I'm 38 years old. My purpose in life is to save children, blah, blah, blah. What is your purpose? People started commenting, and I just happened to see this comment. I was a veteran. I served the country, but now my days are over. And I'm like, what kind of comment is that? You know, that's weird.
Yeah, that is.
So I messaged him. I said, hey, I saw your comment. What does it mean? And he's like, well, so I have actually, like, I have screenshots of all of these messages, and he will come on video soon. So he said, I had bone marrow cancer. They gave me, a couple of weeks to live. There's nothing they can do. He's just living he's getting blood transfusions every 2 to 3 days, and that's the only thing that's keeping him alive. So I said to him, are you ready to leave? And he said, well, I don't know, maybe. And I said, well, if that's the case, I hope you had a great life. I hope wherever you go, it's fantastic. I wish you all the best. But I said, if you are not ready, would you watch something? So I sent him a video clip about the Acemannan. He messaged me back and said, I don't want to die. Tell me what to do. So I call him, and here's the thing. A person that has cancer obviously comes from something. So I'm not saying you take Acemannan and everything is great, because you want to be sure it doesn't come back also. So I talk lifestyle with this man. So first of all, I have him go complete carnivore, because if somebody doesn't know, and I said I have friends that are cancer researchers, you can go and do medical treatment for these things if that's what you like.
the tapping.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
If that's what people like, that's what you should do. But if somebody is more about the natural stuff, you can achieve the same thing naturally. If you go carnivore, you starve your cancer out. Because cancer feeds on sugars, meaning carbs, meaning even vegetables, because they're also carbs. If you take out every single carb out of your life, your cancer will not survive.
It'll drive you into ketosis. And for how long do you recommend people stay on this?
As long as they have cancer in their body. When they're cleared, you do whatever you want, but maybe you want to start making better choices, though. Because it came from something. So what I told this man was, okay, we're going to cut your carbs. And then he started taking Acemannan. So he took typically you do 2 servings a day, normal person.
Is Acemannan not derived from a plant? Is that, I'm not sure how aloe vera
Yes, but it's not aloe vera like I told you. It's only the extract. It's only the polysaccharide inside. It has no sugars, no carbs, nothing.
Got it.
That is the technology. It's the same with the beta lanes. It's beets. 1 serving is 500 beets, but without the sugar and carbs and everything. So no, he's not getting in any carbs. So he's taking 1 serving every hour. After 2 weeks, which is technically was supposed to be the end of him, I asked him how he feels. He said, I feel pretty good. I was like, okay, but that's good. Fast forward, he's still getting blood transfusions though. Fast forward to week like 4 or 5, week 5 probably. I said, how are you feeling? He's like, I haven't gotten a blood transfusion in 2 weeks. The doctor thinks that, they can cut down, like they might not need to give me so often. He said, I was like, okay, good. Fast forward to now, last week, he has no cancer. He lost 45 pounds. And the doctor said that it looks like he was never even sick.
Wow.
That's really...
Very cool.
Yes. And this is just one story.
And what type of cancer was this? Bone marrow
His
cancer?
body was not producing blood. One specific thing that Acemannan is known for is bone marrow. Like I said, there is so much research. I will send everything to you guys. You can look at it. But so I said, it rebuilds your immune system. It helps your gut heal. It increases collagen, glutathione, increases stem cell production. Like it does organ support, like everything. Everything. You just imagine if I'm a woman and I have a baby, my baby doesn't need vitamins and food. It needs breast milk. So why would, it has everything you need. And then also in the entire world, there's inflammation everywhere. We know that. So when you take the beta-lane technology on top of this and you always reduce your inflammation, now your body can take care of what it should take care of. So I'm an athlete. When I go train now, there's no recovery time. I can destroy myself in the gym and I wake up tomorrow, it feels like I didn't do anything. Because when you go to sleep, your body takes care of bad inflammation that shouldn't be there. When I go to sleep, my body takes care of only the training I did.
Because you don't have inflammation residing in your body.
So we have a crazy story. So we have people that actually do their inflammatory marker test to show what it does. So we had one woman, her name is Dr. Shannon Kroner. She was vaccine shedded on. So she's a vaccine shed researcher, doctor.
I knew I recognized that name. I think you might have said,
yeah,
I know exactly who that is.
So she gets shedded on and she was bleeding profusely for 2 months, bad.
Following the vaccine, or
no? She was vaccine shedded on. Meaning you're just around people that are vaccinated.
Got it.
So she started bleeding. Then she started the Acemannan technology. After my friend yelled at her for months to do it, she did it, and her inflammatory marker test went from 9,000 to under 700.
Wow.
In
how long?
A couple of months.
That's very
you can go watch her entire video and everything.
She's one of the most heavily shadow banned people
I've ever. She's awesome.
Yeah,
because she's on board. She does the same thing as I do now. We're saving the kids and helping people. And we actually had a man. So here's the thing: if you're under 700 on the inflammatory marker test, you're good. That's good. But we had a man. He was taking 6 servings a day, and he went to his doctor, and his doctor thought his machine was broken because he didn't show anything.
You're no inflammation.
So now I'm wait, can I get it to 0? Now I'm determined. I'm I'm going to increase my dosage. You don't necessarily have to have that, but why not?
How long does this store for? How long is it good for if you have a package of it?
It's in a capsule, so I think it's a few years.
Okay. And I assume they come in, 30-day supplies? How do you...
Yeah, the Acemannan comes in 30 or 60, depending on how much. Here's the thing, everyone's different. Let's say we have some like older people, like 80 years old, something that says that they just do double serving every day because they're a little older. But basically what the entire thing does, it DHs you. So I have a picture on my page actually before and after me 4 years ago when I used to do Botox, and these say I don't do Botox or anything. If you scroll down, there, you see 2020, 2024. This screen doesn't really show the detail on my face, but I used to do Botox back then and fillers, and I don't do anything right now. I literally have nothing in my face, and I turned 39.
Good for you.
You're gonna get there too.
I am gonna get there.
Oh yeah, you can see there. If you slide, actually, these are I just post here. So this is what it does.
Enhances
macrophage
activity
as much as 10 times. Increase
the
stem
cell production is the part that I'm...
Yeah.
How have I not heard about this? I mean, I've heard...
Because it's been silenced by the FDA.
Yeah, but I mean, the JRE, they're talking about stuff that's been silenced by the FDA.
Yeah. So
I haven't heard of this anywhere.
We work with famous doctors such as Renee Herty, for example, that does cancer research. Mm-hmm. We work with a lot of clinics. So I, as far as I know, so they were doing okay, kind of like before COVID. No, they were doing really well. And it's just, there's a lot of banning. And also, majority of people that have done this hasn't been they're not social media people. They're like regular people who go and knock on their neighbor's door. That's basically what it's been. So now we've come in here and trying to like actually spread this on the social media, because also actually a new website just launched today because it was very old school. Mm-hmm. So they just it's just like people that haven't really been in this media world.
And there is no downsides to this. You're saying there are zero.
30 years. We have testimonials and stories from people. There are some people that have been on this technology for like 15, 20 years. I met a man. I went to an
every
event.
day. You can take this every day.
You should because society lowers your immune system all the time. We live in a shitty world. We know that food is bad. Oh, yeah. I mean, we give it to orphans who don't even have real food. Mm-hmm. Here's you living a shitty life. I don't think you should do it. But if you do live a shitty life, it's still going to make you better. Mm-hmm. Because you're getting in everything you're missing in your life. So again, I still push for people. You got to eat better. You got to exercise. You got to find real food. But if you don't, it's still going to help you.
If you do, are you going to see a marked advancement in your health if you are an already healthy person? Like, it seems like you were already pretty healthy when you started doing this.
I was like, how am I even supposed to know? There's nothing wrong with me. But again, I had itis and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I was born with scoliosis, but I just lived with it. Like, I was the one who used to not be able to open jars. I would just use this.
I'll say it because you can't. You're referring to arthritis when you're talking about the itis. Yeah. I'll say it because I can say anything I want.
Yeah. I mean, we haven't said the product, so it's okay. But yeah, like all of these words are basically owned by the medical system, and I think it's disturbing how they own the word pain. Like, how does that make any sense? Did they come up with it? It's insane to me.
It's news to me.
They do.
What? Western American doctors own the word pain? When you say they own the word pain, what? The FDA?
The medical. I don't know. We just can't say those things. Then they will come snooping after us.
So I'm assuming there's probably a wealth of peer-reviewed research on this.
Yes, 700. Oh, you can see it on that one. Okay, yes. So on that same, where I actually have like the research. So I just screenshotted there, but right above there it's 700 peer-reviewed studies. Okay. Yeah. Really? They spent, I think, like $200 billion. So I said they were like in the pharmaceutical world. Mm-hmm. These people, they wanted it approved as a drug. Like, it was supposed to be in every person's, like in every pharmacy, in every hospital. That was their plan. And then they got shut down. They're like, what do we do now? Like, Yeah. So I said they have a super cool story. Like the owners, if they're older, they have like
the owners of the company that you work with. And you've danced around this forever. Can you not say the name of this product? If people to buy, you can't say it. Mm-mm. So how would anyone get it?
Oh no, you can go to my website nobloatclub.com/savekids, and then it will link from there.
Okay. You don't want to say it here though, just not.
Okay. Just because we said medical terms, so I wouldn't do that.
Understood.
I just wouldn't do.
Is there anything?
So, like, honestly, what I do is this. Let's say somebody has a health concern, DM me. I answer everybody. Mm-hmm. Like, this is all I do right now. Anyone who has a health concern, shoot me a DM. Tell me what's wrong with you, and I'll send you research for you, because I could send you 30 years of research. You're going to be overwhelmed. You're not going to understand how this man with cancer and I have allergies, how is this the same thing?
Yeah.
You know, so that's why everything's broken down, because to me or maybe you, it makes sense. If you have a lowered immune system and you are inflammation in your body, you're not well.
Everything falls apart.
If we take away the inflammation and rebuild your immune system, your body can deal with itself. Like that but it doesn't make sense because we're not taught that way. We're taught that there is one medication for one condition. That's how humans are taught for a reason, because you're supposed to buy 42 medications, you know,
for like 42 different problems.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, I mean, anyone has probably heard of aloe vera and that it's good for skin. I'm sure most people have heard of that. But what they don't know is like how powerful it actually is, what's inside of it. Because aloe vera is approved, which would make sense because you put a little on your burn or whatever and it makes it better. Okay, cool, that I can sell. But if you really knew what it actually does, and I'm saying to everybody that I don't expect anyone to take my word for anything. All I do is share my story. Here's the thing. Last year, I was anybody else. I found out about it and I said, sign me up. This is my life's purpose now. Like anyone can do the same as I do. I'm not paid to say this. I signed up as a business partner and now I promote the brand. Like anyone can do it. I'm no different than everybody else. Most of the people that work with this, they don't even have a social media. So like the whole layout is called a social 3.0, social business model 3.0. So I think it was originally discovered in India by a man who managed to, like, don't quote me on the numbers here, but something like 70% of the country he managed to help financially by putting up a business model like this. So it's like, I like the product, I use it for myself, I saved a child, then I tell you, I get commission on you, now you help yourself and save a child, then you tell him, now you get commission on him, right? So that's how they put it out, because they're like,
that's how it works. Good, that's how this company works. What you just laid out. Okay,
that's all it is. So because if you improve your own health and you feel fantastic now, why would you want to stop using the product? So meaning you're always going to save children's lives every month. Because you're also not going to need...
I'm going to tell everybody about it as well.
Exactly. So, because in the beginning, when they started, it was only charity, nothing else. And they kept fishing for money, right? For the kids.
Trying to stay afloat, yes.
And then they didn't get money, and then the kids get sick again. So it wasn't sustainable to do that. And then, so we work also with Vicente Fox and his wife in Mexico, the ex-president. So we were just there and visited them. So they are also part of this whole project because they own like 5 charity organizations. They do like education for children. And they work with a bunch of different stuff. So it's just like finding other people. And we had a meeting just the other day and we just went in and told them about this. And they're like, sign me up. And this man that we talked to, he's like, I have 5 adoptive children. Like, tell me everything. So it's very, I get goosebumps when I talk about it. But it's like, we need to help. And also, I am so honored to go on this trip to meet the kids. Because what they want is for people to see this. So anyone who joins and promotes this, they prioritize new people to go on these trips. Like, they pay for the trip for you and everything. I get to go and see. I mean, I've seen the children. A little girl come up to me and tell me she loves me more than anything in the world. Like, how can I not do this for them, you know? So the goal is that I think there's around 7 million children dying every year of malnutrition. So the first step is to eradicate that. If we have 3 million people actively taking the product, no children dies. And then after that, we'll go over to the next part. Because indirectly, we're also helping children in child trafficking. Because a lot of these kids that we help with nourishment are ending up in these situations too when they can't take care of them. So when we're providing nourishment to the orphanages or the community centers or the hospitals, they're able to keep the children there. Because if they can't feed them, they can't have them anyway, you know? So indirectly, we're also helping that cause.
Wow.
So down the line, like the goal is we're going to help everybody.
It's amazing. And how close are you to that goal? I mean, you say you've gone in Mexico. You said you've started in Romania. How many kids have you gotten this to so far?
So I think last year was 4 million.
Wow.
I don't know the number yet this year.
Yeah, but that's amazing. Even just that.
Incredible. So there is like on their site, or even like me, when I signed up, I get a little tracker in my phone and it says how many children I've nourished so far. And that's like my
just based
first
on
motivation.
the ones when you purchased the supplement.
Yeah, or people I refer to.
Oh,
so like you can see your own and your Ripple. So my first like couple of weeks when I just started it, and I told some people, and boop, I got an email, and it said, "Thank you, you nourished 85 children this month." And I'm like, you know, it's just, and I believe too, like I'm very big on like energy and spirituality and everything, and I believe like the more you give, the more you receive.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, absolutely, yeah,
because you truly do.
Yeah,
you really do.
No, that's it's a wonderful cause. It's incredible what you've put together.
Yeah, and
so far.
I don't want to work for money, if that makes sense. Because sometimes, like, if a person comes to me, like the man with cancer, I just ordered him product. He didn't have any money. Like, I want to be. It doesn't mean I'm gonna buy for every person, but sometimes, like, I just want to be able to help a person. Sometimes when I feel like they should get the help. And like the kids, you know, they don't have any money. And like the hospital we work with, it's called the Charisma Hospital. So it's a super like high-end facility. And every treatment session costs like $40 or something. But the patients only pay $1. And everything else is donations only. So we provide them the nourishment because they recover faster when they use that. And then the rest is obviously, I don't know exactly how they get the money in, but that's part of it. Yeah.
So if someone was going to start this, wanted to be a part of it, wanted to find it, where would they go? Your page?
So yeah, either send me a DM or you see the NoBloatClub.com. That's just my personal website, but I have it linked from there. But I would just say,
I noticed that.
Send me a DM because all the research and stuff, I can email it over to anybody. So we have research, we have testimonials, I have like anything and everything they want.
Yeah, we'd love to take a look at that.
Yeah, I will send you everything.
Why NoBloat? Because of inflammation? Is that your...
I'm a health coach, and I just named my business that because I used to have gut problems the majority of my life, so I kind of became known as the gut problem person, you know?
Gotcha.
So my gut is great. I don't have any issues. So I named my coaching business. And this is before the Acemannan even. Like I just named it the NoBloat Club because people will come to me. Like I was, you know, I'm studied, like I'm a certified trainer and blah, 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 all these things. But I was like, you can train all you want. If your gut is shitty, like it doesn't matter. Yeah. You're just going to be miserable. So we need to go into the root cause. That was always my approach to training. I don't care about you weighing your food and all this shit. And you're going to, you know, fine. But first of all, we got to fix you. If we fix the root cause, everything else is going to come. Like, look at the man with cancer. He lost 45 pounds. That wasn't the goal. But since his body just reset, now his metabolism works too, you know? A lot of people are struggling to lose weight. Maybe they're just fat asses. Like, there are those people. Excuse me. But a lot of times, maybe they're actually not doing so bad as they think. Like, some people are actually trying and they still can't lose weight. I'm like, no, because your entire immune system is screwed up. Your gut doesn't work. And do you remember when people have autoimmune diseases? Like, I have a lot of friends that are competitors with autoimmune diseases and they're struggling so hard to lose that fat for stage. It's not because they're not strict. They are super strict. Yeah. But their gut is just not working.
Yeah. They're not.
And then you need to use other
absorb proper
enhancements.
nutrients and
yeah,
they end up on drugs.
I have a goal of trying to. So when I competed, we don't need to take anything. Like, it's not that kind of federation. I don't do bodybuilding. But I believe, and I'm not saying like, oh, the bodybuilding industry is going to go natural. That's not what I'm saying. But I believe that they don't need everything they think they need. Because if we can get your body to function the way it should, it's going to get so much further by itself. Like, even me, I used to have like no muscle. I used to struggle to grow muscle very badly. And, you know, when things start to work, like everything works. Some people start to lose weight. Some people start to gain weight, depending on what's wrong with you.
Yeah. So you were just an ectomorph from your
genetics, I mean, I still am. Like, I don't really do. So now when I go into my new career here, that's going to be a lot of cardio. So I'm going to need to eat a lot.
Yeah. Any idea what you'll fight at? What weight?
I don't know anything. So I said, I'm just kind of like, got this proposal. I took it. I am moving. I'm just finding it. So if somebody needs a house in Las Vegas, hit me up.
Yeah.
Well, this is going to come out too late.
Because you're renting it. You're going to rent it out.
Yeah, I'm going to rent it out. Yeah. And then move into the gym and just train.
Where's the gym?
Albuquerque.
Okay.
Nice.
Jackson Wink.
Kind of by
MMA.
Logan.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
you should consider the Ultimate Fighter, the Ultimate Fighter series, you know, where they come up through the reality television show. Then they have a contest at the end to find out who's the ultimate fighter, and they get a UFC contract.
Yeah, it's a show.
It's a show.
I don't know. Awesome. We'll see how
they stay in a house too. They usually stay in a dope house.
Yeah.
Because I mean, hey, I'm not saying anything, but because of what we do and the bans and stuff, I don't know how certain brands feel about that.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, I don't have, like, I am just like, we're doing this. And I'm going to start an entire new social media, probably TikTok, and just documents my training every day. So like going from, okay, so I'm this glammy, cute Bikini World Champion girl that goes in like diamonds and bling bling and gowns to going into this stuff.
That's awesome. No, it's exciting what you're doing, Maax, and what you've already done, and the company, everything. Can't wait to get the word out. Well, guys, that was an amazing talk. Thank you so much for coming on. Seriously, that's very, very knowledgeable, very interesting. I've never heard of any of that.
It was a very clean episode here, though.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
You don't want to ask anything weird before we... I'm just kidding.
No, it was great. I think it was very direct. It's on point. It's going to definitely get the word out about the company, especially NoBloat, and about your new page and everything. We definitely want to see what you do. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah. TikTok's awesome too.
Even though I would love, again, I've done content creation for 22 years. One thing I'm good at is like, I do fashion with like fit people. So I do the styling and everything. I was like, I need to shoot in your house.
Yeah, totally. Oh yeah, you do it. Seriously. Yeah. We get Lindsay the photographer, or even you, because you do the photography.
That's what I mean. I'm the photographer.
100%. Let's do it. Thank you guys so much for watching that episode of Becoming the 1% podcast. If you like the content and you want to see more of it, hit the like and subscribe. Activate that notification bell as well. We really appreciate it. If you guys want to see more of it, we actually have the Becoming the 1% Instagram, and the podcast is available on Spotify. For our socials, we have Strict Vision Athletics on Instagram, we have it on YouTube, and we have it on TikTok.